Bro, that's cooked at how juicy that is. Medium rare. Good morning. I got bored, so like I got firewood and I'm gonna grill picanha like I have done before, but with firewood this time because it tastes good. It's for my lunch. Rump is, I believe, to do with near the cow's ass. The rump cap is the most superficial piece of muscle. It looks like a cap, but you know, it's about this thick. I got it from the wider end of it. This is cold, I want to put this away. But yeah, they usually come in like over 2 kilo size chunks. With a picanha, it's a triangular-ish shape. Usually the wider side is tougher, closer towards the tip of the triangle, the more tender it is. The steak you get from a triangle piece is the most tender. I do prefer like the couple inches before the full triangle tip, just because it's more steak-like, but it's almost as tender. Given the price, I pay a little over $20 per kilo, and you get like a steak that's really tasty. It's like, in terms of taste, it's almost on par, in my opinion, to something like a ribeye or Scotch fillet. So 800 to 900 gram piece of picanha with the fat on. I scored it, so it's a nice checkered, not the thickest fat you find on picanha or the rump cap. Put my own seasoning on the top, on the fat side and the bottom side. So yeah, I'm just gonna render the fat for about 15-20 minutes over the fire, and then I'm gonna cut it into steaks and then season it with just salt and grill it nice and hot on the fire, and that's about it. I'm setting up a nice small little warm fire just so that I can render the fat and cook the silver skin in between the fat and the muscle. Rendering the fat makes it nice and tasty, okay? You don't have to necessarily do it. I recommend it because it kind of does burn a little anyway, so otherwise you just kind of get burnt fat. The silver skin is tough when you don't cook it a little bit. It is slightly underdone than I would like, but it still was reasonably soft, so I'm gonna let that slide. Once you do that, in theory, you should see the muscle directly touching the silver skin, slightly, pinkish, medium rarish. You get the gist. It's got a bit of heat through it. So yeah, I cut that fat piece of meat into 3 steaks, seasoned the sides that I did it, and chuck it on a excessively hot wood fire, which happens to be Jarrah. That was very hard to control and painful to use because it was so hot that the metal grill underneath glowed red. The idea was to burn the meat on the outside a little bit, to be honest. It does help for you to know how the doneness of steak is. That way you can just poke it or prod it with your pudgy sausage fingers and you get a feel of how it is. But look, you can always use a meat thermometer. Roughly the ideal temperature is between 50 to 52 Celsius internal. That's when you'll get a nice medium rare in between that. Medium rare is usually the perfect one for picanha. I tend to find if it's medium rare, it might be a little bit chewy, but if it's medium, it might be a little bit dry. But for some reason, that sweet 50 to 52 is perfect for it. In the current instance, because the fire is very hot, I just went by eyeballing it out of experience. I knew that if it was this level of charred and blackened, I would know that it correlated with this doneness. Yeah, as ugly as it looks, it smells f***ing good. You'll definitely enjoy if you just cook it like this. I recommend much longer utensils and a better safety equipment, particularly for fires. But yeah, it's okay. And also, don't use water to get rid of grease fire. You just cover it up, suffocate it. Oh, it needs to rest. I'm not cutting it just yet. It's too hot to handle as well. Oh yeah, medium rare. That looks amazing. If I do so say myself. Yeah, look. Bro, that's cooked at how juicy that is. Medium rare. What are you busting? I reckon because it's over the fire and my fire was very hot, it wasn't as cooked as evenly as I'd like. It's on the rarer side of what I normally go. But having said that, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's still soft. It still tastes really good. It's just as juicy. If you start using like charcoal and wood fire, you can't go back to the cooking on the pan. The pan fried steaks, to be honest, they're kind of shit, to be honest. And if you cook them on a pan, you can still make a pan sauce if you wanted to. Not that you need it with fire grilling steak. So, plus your inside of your house won't be so smoky. But yeah, to be honest, all you need is really like a lot of salt. And that's all you need. You don't need any special seasoning. I hope you enjoyed another video related to picanha. And yeah, like and subscribe. do give it a go. It's really good. It's pretty easy. It's cheap.